1,119,627 people, as of this recording, have pledged to boycott Target. Whew! Well, you have to figure if people who actually give a damn about human equality can boycott North Carolina, these assholes can boycott Target. Whatever. But you should all know about the group that's behind this, a nefarious group of right-wing bigots known as the American Family Association. Yeah, pretty much every group that has family in their name is probably full of assholes. It was founded in the 70s and run by an anti-Semitic right-wing bastard named Donald Wildman until he got sick and handed the reins over to his son Tim, who thinks couples shown sleeping in the same bed on TV is immoral. Seriously, watch this.
In terms of morality, I'm talking about, and values, and decency, and those kinds of things that used to be unquestionable in our culture. Remember Ricky and Lucy slept in separate beds? That's how times have changed. They slept in separate beds on television because they didn't want to do anything coming close to being inappropriate on TV for children to see or for adults to see either, for that matter.
Oh, God. They focus consistently on banning supposedly immoral TV shows like Married with Children, Lucifer, Black Jesus, Seinfeld, Roseanne, Once Upon a Time, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Saturday Night Live, blah, 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 blah. Even more egregious, they oppose anti-bullying campaigns because they believe that the entire effort is secretly part of the gay agenda and created to make children gay or, at the very least, make Christian children accept the sin of homosexuality. Basically, these people are bloodless robots whose idea of fun is watching static. So you may be saying, well, UTF, they sound just like another harmless Christian group in America. What's the big deal? They aren't just any Christian group. They're an extremist hate group as designated by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Their designation as a hate group isn't just something pulled out of someone's ass. Pulling things out of asses is a job of the Catholic Church. No, their designation is based mainly on the rhetoric of their former director of issues analysis, Brian Fisher, a worthless bastard that exists purely as a beacon of hate for the rest of AFA's dim-witted supporters. So, what is it that made them an extremist hate group in the eyes of the Southern Poverty Law Center and, well, in my estimation, virtually anyone that's done even a slight amount of research on this group? Well, I'm going to show you. The Human Rights Campaign compiled a list of 10 things you might not know about the American Family Association, and I won't read everything word for word, but I will put this in the description so you can read for yourself. Here are 10 things that bastard Brian Fisher, their former spokesman, has said. Brian Fisher blames the Holocaust on LGBT people, stating, "Homosexuality gave us Adolf Hitler, and homosexuals in the military gave us the brown shirts, the Nazi war machine, and 6 million dead Jews." Brian Fisher has called for an underground railroad to take children from gay and lesbian parents. Fisher has compared criminalizing LGBT people with bans on murder, stealing, child molestation, trans fats, and prostitution. AFA says God is going to use ISIS to punish America for being tolerant of LGBT people. AFA supported the passage of Uganda's deplorable anti-gay law, which calls for LGBT Ugandans or anyone promoting homosexuality to be jailed, potentially for life. AFA thinks the Boy Scouts of America would be better off drowning in the sea than allowing LGBT scouts. Wow. AFA compares LGBT people to pedophiles and people who have sex with animals. Quote, "We should discriminate against unnatural and aberrant sexual behavior, whether pedophilia, bestiality, or homosexuality." AFA, unquote, excuse me. Hey, what am I, fucking newsman? AFA thinks fewer students will commit suicide if adults tell young people it's wrong to be LGBT and help them to choose to be straight, a practice that has been condemned by every major medical and mental health organization in the country because they know so much more than doctors and mental health professionals, right? The AFA thinks the NFL celebrating Michael Sam coming out as gay is the same as the NFL celebrating a brain concussion. And finally, AFA supports criminalizing LGBT people and, when talking about punishment, asks, do you put them to death? Do you lock them up? What do you do? Basically, what I'm saying is, if you support this ugly, rotten group, you're an asshole. You can boycott Target all you want and feel all moral and righteous inside, but any sympathy for or association with this group should be met with absolute contempt. I urge anyone that signed that petition to unsubscribe from my channel and remove themselves from my existence as quickly as humanly possible. If you're boycotting Target, you motherfuckers may as well boycott me. And someone will say, well, that's harsh, telling someone to go away because of their opinion? I'm a man of principle. If nothing else, I'm a man of principle, and I want no part of anyone that associates with a hate group. It is really that simple. The smaller the number of bigots in my life, virtual or otherwise, the better. So go ahead, stay out of Target. All you're doing is making my shopping experience more enjoyable. Plus, you're helping Target stay stocked up on toothpaste, soap, deodorant, and condoms. I like to look on the bright side of things. Have a good day, folks.